Yes.
Good afternoon, Nigerians. It's really good to have you join us on this press briefing, which has been put together by Operation Lafiya Dole. This program is coming to you live from the Military Command and Control Center in Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, on the largest television network in Africa, the NTA. This is the first press briefing of the Theater Commander Operation Lafiya Dole, Major General Rogers Nicholas, since he assumed office in December 2017. At this juncture, I will hand you over to the spokesperson of the command, Colonel Onyema Nwachuku, who will in turn invite the theater commander to give us an update on the activities of troops and the front line so far.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Honorable Kashim Shettima, here very stably represented by the Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice, Borno State, Barrister Kakashehu, the Theater Commander, Operation Lafiya Dole, Major General Rogers Nicholas, the Deputy Theater Commander, the Air Task Force Commander, heads of security agencies here in Borno State, other formation commanders here present, members of the press, senior officers, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on? I'm getting contradictory signals. Channels. Today, I'd like to welcome you very warmly to the Military Command and Control Center of the Headquarters Theater Command, Operation Lafiya Dole. Today, the Theater Commander, Operation Lafiya Dole, Major General Rogers Nicholas, will give an update on the activities of troops of Operation Lafiya Dole since he assumed office as commander on 11th December 2017. Without further waste of time, may I respectfully invite the Theater Commander to please proceed with the press briefing. The Theater Commander, sir.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor, ably represented by the Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice, let me stand on existing and well-established protocol. I'm delighted to welcome you to the monthly updates on the activities of Operation Lafiya Dole. Over the past 1.5 months, our troops have remained resilient, dauntless, and focused on counter-terrorism, counter-insurgency operations in the Northeast. A review of the activities within the period indicates that the Boko Haram terrorists are in total disarray, having suffered defeats in Sambisa Forest and in other areas in the Northeast, and are therefore desperate for reckoning. This press briefing is intended to bring to you updates on our troops' operational activities covering from mid-December, when I took over, to mid-February 2018. I'll begin with troops' operational activities. The period under review has been characterized by heavy artillery and aerial bombardments, culminating in a series of ground offensives to clear identified Boko Haram enclaves in the islands of Lake Chad, areas also known as the Tumbus, and Camp Zero in the Sambisa Forest. I may need to make some illustration here. This is general area of the Sambisa Forest. You can see, currently, my very gallant troops are occupying Camp Zero, Pariso, Sabihula, Camp Saidu, and Kuba. We've also been able to clear the elements of Boko Haram in Alafa, Limia, Yuwelu, Bolangudo, and other areas, including Gobra and Dora activities. In these areas, all have activities are all present in parallel in this area. So by extension, we've been able to break the heart and soul of the Shekau group in the Sambisa forest. As I speak, our troops are in total control of the whole of the Sambisa forest. We are running around the place, following them wherever they go to, and I assure you, there is no hiding place for any of them. In these operations, many insurgents have been killed, others have fled for safety, while some others surrendered to our troops and allies in multinational joint task force. Many others insurgents who escaped from the onslaught took advantage of the amnesty offered by the Nigerian government to surrender to the Nigerian Defense Forces. Our close air support provided by the Air Task Force and artillery bombardments were further reinforced by ground troops with blocking forces that denied insurgents freedom of action and access to logistics, thereby canalizing them to Camp Zero in the Sambisa forest. I've earlier explained to you the diagram of the area of Camp Zero. Our troops are also tracking and hunting down the fleeing insurgents with fighting patrols and ambushes within the whole of the theater and also outside the theater. A look at troops' encounter with the Boko Haram. Troops of Operation Lafiya Dole sustained precursor operations to clear Boko Haram enclaves in the fringes and identified islands of the Chad area, with devastating consequences on the adversary. These precursor operations dovetailed into Operation Deep Punch 2, which is a major coordinated land, maritime, and air operation to root out the insurgents from their enclaves in the Lake Chad area and also in the Sambisa. I will give you a detail on the Deep Punch 2 later in this brief. We've adopted long-range fighting patrols and also continue to trail and seek out Boko Haram hideouts, as well as protect liberated areas from fleeing and prowling Boko Haram elements. I will expatiate on some of these opportunities, opportunities and operations as this brief unfolds. Now a look at clearance, patrols, and ambush operations. On the 12th December 2017, a combined troop Operation Lafiya Dole and elements of Civilian Joint Task Force and the vigilante cleared the general area of 5 Dandere in Damboa local government area of Borno State. The troops destroyed the camps at Adole and Yajua. The troops also captured and destroyed 5 motorcycles, 14 bicycles, grinding machines, motorcycles, workshop, foodstuff, improvised explosive device materials abandoned by fleeing Boko Haram in the camps. On the 16th December 2017, our gallant troops on escort duty to Logomani countered Boko Haram ambush at Mola village along Gajibo-Logomani, that is along the axis to Gambarungal. The troops successfully fought through the ambush, killing 6 Boko Haram insurgents and recovered 2 AK-47 rifles, 3 locally fabricated firearms, and a belt of 7.62 ammunition. In a further exploitation by the troops to Maola, Tungule, and Waja villages, the troops recovered 1 FN rifle, 5 FN magazines, 54 rounds of 7.62 NATO, 2 Boko Haram flags, 1 grinding machine, 2 motorcycles, 3 bicycles, 4 generators, 2 ladders, and 1 shovel. Troops on clearance operation on 16 December 2017 cleared Boko Haram elements in an encounter at Chinenye and Chikidi, all in Gambaru local government area, killing 4 Boko Haram, while some of the insurgents escaped with gunshot wounds. In a separate operation on same day, troops ambushed and killed 2 Boko Haram at Frigi, crossing point. The troops also recovered 1 light machine gun and 1 magazine. Other items recovered include 2 machetes, 10 bicycles, 11 blankets, 5 water bottles, 25 clothing materials, and 8 sacks of varieties of food. Similarly, on the 18th December 2017, troops on patrol to Bulayobe and Darajimel encountered and killed 3 Boko Haram, as well as recovered 1 AK-47, 1 bicycle, and 2 machete. In the same vein, 1 Boko Haram member was killed while planting improvised explosive device along the Frigi Road. Troops recovered 1 gas cylinder, 1 motorcycle from that spot. On December 23rd, 2017, following intelligence reports, our gallant troops tracked and engaged Boko Haram, who had rustled about 200 cows at Mandadari village in Kalabalge local government area. The troops killed 2 of the insurgents and recovered 1 AK-47 rifle, 1 empty magazine, and 2 motorcycles. In another encounter, on the 6th of January 2018, troops on clearance operation to Tumbungini engaged and killed 1 Boko Haram, while 2 others were captured alive. Troops also recovered 1 AK-47 rifle, 2 motorcycles, and 3 mobile phones. In another operation, combined troops of Operation Lafiya, Dole, and Vigilante on the 16th of January this year successfully ambushed Boko Haram, escaping from troops' pursuit at Palam village. Our gallant troops killed 2 of the Boko Harams in the ambush and recovered 2 AK-47 rifles. On the 24th January 2018, troops sprang ambush against fleeing Boko Haram insurgents at an identified Boko Haram crossing point in Frigi, killing 2 insurgents and recovering 1 AK-47, 1 FN rifle, 1 motorcycle, and a sum of 10,500 naira. Now a look at Operation Deep Punch 2. Operation Deep Punch 2 is an operation aimed at clearing Boko Haram insurgents from the northern fringes and islands of Lake Chad, as well as destroying identified Boko Haram enclaves in the Sambisa general area. It is in line with this objective that the Land, Maritime, and Air Task Force troops of Operation Lafiya Dole commenced clearance operation in the Lake Chad area from the 3rd to 16th January. During the operation, troops successfully cleared Metele, Tumbungini, Tumbi Injamina, among others. On the 7th of January, troops cleared several Boko Haram enclaves and destroyed Boko Haram logistics bases stocked with fish, foodstuff, fuel, and motorcycles. Troops neutralized 47 Boko Harams and recovered 1 anti-aircraft gun, 4 AK-47 rifles, 2 light machine guns, 2 rocket-propelled grenade tips with 1 bomb, 2 primed hand grenades, 116 rounds of 12.7mm ammunition with links, 57 rounds of 7.62mm special ammunition. On the 8th of January 2018, that means this year, Operation Deep Punch 2 continued with clearance and offensive operations, killing 10 insurgents and capturing 2 Boko Haram insurgents alive. Troops also recovered 2 gun trucks, with 1 mounted with anti-aircraft gun, as well as 10 AK-47 rifles, 1 FN rifle, 2 rocket-propelled grenades, 1 general-purpose machine gun, 5 60mm mortar high explosive bombs, 1 36 hand grenade, 1,001 round of 7.62mm ball metal links, 55 rounds of 7.62 millimeter packets, 37 rounds of 12.7 millimeter by 108 with links, and 4 by AK-47 magazines. These are some of the things you are seeing on the screen. Troops conducting Operation Deep Punch 2 continued the clearance operation progressively into the very deep heart of Camp Zero. You can see our gallant troops marching into Camp Zero. And on the 30th of January, troops encountered the resistance by Boko Haram insurgents who were trying to defend one of their major camps in Camp Zero. In the encounter, troops were able to overpower and clear the insurgents, and in the process were able to recover one Eagle main battle tank and one vehicle Blendeli J, light armored vehicles. These vehicles were some of the vehicles that were earlier carted away by Boko Haram from our troops sometime last year. We've been able to recover some of these vehicles, and more are being recovered each day. We also recovered a series of religious books, gas cylinders, and bags of fertilizer, apparently for making of improvised explosive devices. Other items captured by troops during this operation include 7 gun trucks, 4 other trucks, 5 Hilux vehicles, 1 private jeep, which you presume is the commander's vehicle, which is abandoned due to the heavy fire of own troops, 1 golf car, 4 Mitsubishi pickup, 1 Hiace bus, and several motorcycles. This was just one operation. In the second phase of the operation, which began with an offensive by the land troops with close air support from the Air Task Force on the 24th of January. During the encounter and further exploitations, troops destroyed Boko Haram terrorist camps and equipment around Camp Zero, improvised explosive device making factories, and booby traps. The Air Task Force provided and also led the area attack on Boko Haram targets, on one of which was the unarmed area vehicle bomb group of insurgents who were massing up to launch an attack on own troops. If you look at this particular area, you see some very number of vehicles here. Okay, the Air Task Force was able to take up all these vehicles with personnel. This was the area that you can see the impact of the vehicles that were damaged, completely damaged, and some of the insurgents were safely, where some of them, most of them were completely or said to be killed by the effect of that action. The airstrike several of these insurgents and demobilized 2 of their gun trucks, like I've showed you, thereby causing them to abandon their planned attack. Troops also killed 7 Boko Haram terrorists on that operation and wounded several of them as they fled. Our gallant troops recovered 1 gun truck, 1 anti-aircraft gun, 1 machine gun, a pistol, large quantity of ammunition, a 120mm mortar base plate. Additionally, troops destroyed 11 Boko Haram terrorist gun trucks, 12 Hilux vehicles, 3 counter trucks, 30 bicycles, power generating sets, gas cylinders, military kits, and improvised explosive making factory. On the 6th of February 2018, our gallant troops, closely supported by the Air Task Force, further exploited deep into the far end of Camp Zero, where they aggressively carried out an offensive against Boko Haram. They were defending a major improvised explosive device making factory in the bush. Our gallant troops successfully engaged the insurgents, demobilized their vehicles borne improvised explosive device, and neutralized a good number of the terrorists, as well as capturing the IED making factory. Troops also recovered 88 gas cylinders, 1 laptop computer, 100mm ultra-high frequency handheld radio, 1 Motorola GP180, 1 Theodolite, and 2 global positioning system. Aside providing close air support to land troops during the offensive operation, the Air Task Force also launched ferocious air attack on Boko Haram locations in Sambisa, destroying an artillery gun, which was a major Boko Haram armament that would have otherwise been employed against own troops. Here, you see the artillery gun. And when it was hit by the Air Task Force, this was what we saw, that the artillery gun was completely on fire and completely destroyed. Quite a lot of these artillery pieces have been taken off by the Air Task Force. Sadly, in this whole operation, we've lost 3 gallant soldiers. May their gentle soul rest in peace. 3 were wounded during the operation and have been evacuated by the Air Task Force and are responding to treatment. On 12 February 2018, our gallant troops dislodged Boko Haram insurgents from one of their fortified hideouts around S ship, part of the Sambisa. In the Sambisa, you have the S ship and so many other ships, and we're able to neutralize everybody in the S ship. Currently, our troops are occupying all this general area. During the first offensive operation, we rooted out insurgents, neutralized many of them, and recovered 2 Spartan armored personnel carrier and 1 counter truck, among others. This, go back to that slide of the Spartan armored vehicle. These were part of the vehicles that were earlier carted away by the Boko Haram. Like I said earlier on, we recovered so many of them, and we're in the process of recovering more. And then we recovered 1 counter truck, and among other logistics with them. Summarily, within this period under review, 186 Boko Haram insurgents were killed in the combat. 49 gun trucks, 3 yellow bucket trucks, 14 vehicle-borne improvised explosive devices, 4 Toyota Buffaloes, 13 pickup vehicles, 3 water tanker, 3 counter trucks, 19 Hilux vehicles, 15 AK-47 rifle, 3 FM rifle, and several other assorted firearms, as well as logistics, were destroyed during the firefight. The details are shown on the screen. You can see for yourself what our gallant troops have done in this short period of time. Currently, as I speak, our troops are in the heart of Camp Zero and its environs. We are combing every inch of the Camp Zero, carrying out clearance operation to ensure that every member of the Boko Haram in that forest is rooted out. Now, a word on Operation WUTA 3. In the period under review, the Air Task Force conducted Operation WUTA 3 from 12th to 17th December 2017 to consolidate on the counterinsurgency gain earlier recorded in Operation WUTA 1 and 2 that were earlier carried out by the Nigerian Air Force. The operation was a 6-day air interdiction to further sustain the tempo of offensive air operations, thereby denying the insurgents the much-needed respite to recover and reorganize themselves to carry out any major offensive against own troops. During the air operations, key adversarial targets were identified and attacked in a series of air attacks by the Air Task Force. Now, if you look at the screen, you see the effect of what the Air Force has done in these various areas of operation. The So many insurgents have been killed, so many equipment destroyed by the effort of the Air Task Force. Aside the initial identified targets, intensive intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance missions were conducted to acquire other targets for interdiction. You would have seen what has happened to those vehicles from the screen. They were picked by the Air Task Force. They were destroyed by the Air Task Force. The Air Task Force have played a great role in this operation. The Air Task Force provides close air support to land troops as they conduct offensive and clearance operations against insurgents in the general area of Arena Chiki, Arena Woje, Chukungudu, and Bukar Miram. This previous synergy with the land troops culminated in the dissemination of the insurgents as well as destruction of several Boko Haram technical equipments and logistics, thereby degrading their capacity to carry out any offensive operation. It is worthy of note at this juncture that in order to successfully execute this operation, the Air Task Force conducted a total of 71 missions in 94 sorties with a total of 152 hours and 45 minutes and a total of 142,230 liters of Jet A1 fuel was utilized by the various participating platforms. The details are shown on the screen. The Air Task Force, in conjunction with the Multinational Joint Task Force, are currently commenced the conduct of Operation WUTA 4 around the northern fringes of Lake Chad Island in support of ground operation against insurgents. I will pause at this junction and invite the Air Task Force Commander and give him 2 minutes to elaborate more on what the WUTA 4 entails. AVM Lubu, you have the floor for 2 minutes.
Thank you very much, sir. As we have been told, the WUTA 4 is an air interdiction operation that is aimed at further degrading the capacity of the BHT elements that are in the northern fringes. We are looking at collaborating in close synergy with the MNJTF force and the Air Task Force division that are based in Monguno. It's going to be a combined operation, but heavily coming in from the sky. We intend, if you recall, that about a month ago, 2 bases in our neighboring country, Niger, was attacked and several fighting vehicles were carted away and brought in to the northern fringe. We are currently tracking these vehicles. We are going to rain fire on them and eliminate them. That is what they deserve, and that is what my force is going to do. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, AVM Lubo, for that. With that, I move ahead with arrest of Boko Haram suspects. In the period under review, a number of BH suspects were nabbed during surveillance operations by vigilant troops. The arrested suspects were apprehended for indulging in subversive and other atrocious activities. A total of 34 Boko Haram suspects were arrested during the period of these operations. Specifically on the 18th January, for instance, troops in conjunction with the vigilante arrested one Issa Mohammed, a 32-year-old man from Chiro Sukur, and Adamu Issa, 25 years old, from Garga village, both in Tamora local government area of Yobe State, while they were in possession of 1 AK-47, 2 Den guns, and 106 rounds of 7.62 special ammunition. That will not really permit me to mention all these other cases. The suspects who are currently undergoing interrogation will be thoroughly investigated and will subsequently be handed over to the appropriate prosecuting authority. Now, like I told you earlier on, that we are gradually clearing the Sambisa forest, and we are making efforts to make sure that life returns back to Sambisa forest. The Chief of Army Staff has directed that we will create access roads into the Sambisa forest. Given the recent operational successes recorded in the Operation Deep Punch 2 and the need to sustain troops' domination of the area, and also to return back life into the general area, it has become expedient to construct access road into the very heart of Sambisa. The road construction being executed by the Nigerian Army engineers under Operation Lafiya Dole has commenced in earnest from Goza through Yamteke to Bita, as well as from Bita through to Kumbere into Sambisa, that's into Camp Zero. We want to make sure that we have access to this area and that our people return back to their various communities, and then we'll take control of the area. There's also a proposal to construct another road from Banki Junction through Njemia, Pariso into Camp Zero. Now into rescued civilians. In the course of our operation, quite a large number of civilians were rescued by troops during the period under review. Some of those civilians were extricated by troops from the Boko Haram during our search and rescue operations, while others were escaping from Boko Haram enclave were rescued and brought to safety by troops. As of yesterday, a total of 3,475 civilians have so far been rescued by troops during the operation under review. They have been profiled and handed over to IDP camps nearest to them, while some of the suspects are with us undergoing further interrogation. You also recall that on the 4th of January this year, one Salome Pogu, one of the Chibok girls abducted from Government Girls Secondary School Chibok and held hostage by Boko Haram since 2014, was rescued by troops. She also escaped in the company of another young girl, Jamila Adams, and her child. They were immediately given medical attention after profiling them and later handed over to the Borno State government for further processing and administration. During the second phase of Operation Deep Punch 2, another set of 84 abductees were rescued by troops from one of the BH camps, as you can see from the screen. Among these rescued abductees is the wife of Abu Yashir. Abu Yashir is the personal physician to Abubakar Shekau. The wife is with us. She's providing some intelligence which we are working with. In the northern fringes of Borno State alone, over 700 abductees comprising of fishermen and farmers were rescued in the ongoing operation in the general area of the Lake Chad, as you can see from the screen. Now, a word on surrendered Boko Haram terrorists. The ongoing operation by troops of Operation Lafiya Dole, intensified by artillery and area bombardment of identified Boko Haram enclaves through coordinated close air support, has yielded positive results. Aside decimating the ranks of the insurgents, several insurgents are realizing the futility of their struggle and are now abandoning the groups by surrendering to our gallant troops. In this operation, 750 insurgents surrendered to troops in the general area of Mungunu, while 63 insurgents surrendered in the area of Dambo and Chibok. 93 insurgents surrendered to Cameroonian Defense Forces. A total of 167 insurgents were captured by troops during this operation. The intensity of the operation also resulted in the surrender of about 250 insurgents to the Nigerian Defense Force. The details are shown on the screen. Now, a look at improvised explosive device attacks. The Boko Haram remain callous and continue to indulge themselves in contemptible acts of suicide bombing, forcefully using the most vulnerable in our society, innocent young children, women, as IED couriers. They impertinently continued to target both civilian and military vehicles with their improvised explosive device, either planted on the road or conveyed in vehicle. Other courier means such as motorcycle and bicycle have also been employed in this dastardly act. We want to speak to our people that our people should please be rest assured that we are dauntless and we tirelessly keep seeking out and neutralizing these Boko Haram suicide bomber couriers, as well as destroying their factories. Several suicide bomb attacks were proactively averted by own troops before they reach their target destination. The Boko Haram improvised explosive device planted along roads targeting innocent road users, also detected and safely detonated by our explosive ordnance disposal team. Let me mention just a few of these incidents along in this brief. On Tuesday, 9 January, our gallant troops deployed in Gambaru, Ngala, averted what would have been a very devastating suicide attack carried out by 3 female suicide bombers. 2 of the suicide bombers strapped with a suicide vest who attempted to infiltrate Gambaru town were taken out by own troops. The 3rd suicide bomber was also intercepted in the same general area and has been taken into custody with a suicide vest. In a similar situation, on the 21st January, 2 female suicide bombers hastily detonated their suicide vest in the Kwara Divisional Police Station when they were accosted by our gallant troops. Only the 2 suicide bombers died in the incident. On 31st January 2018, this year, a 2 suicide bomb attack was cold-heartedly carried out on Dole IDP camp, leading to the death of 4 persons, unfortunately, and 20 others injured. Another suicide bomb attempt on Madarari in Kondugatan was successfully foiled by our gallant troops, and the suicide bomber was demobilized before she could gain access into the IDP camps. Gentlemen, in conclusion of this brief, it is not gainsaying that all of these operations conducted by troops of Operation Lafiya Dole that we have lost gallant comrades who courageously paid the supreme sacrifice rather than letting this bunch of valiants terrorize our nation. They fought for the just cause of defending the sovereignty and territorial integrity of our nation. At this point, I and entire officers of soldiers, ratings and airmen, and members of other security agencies of Operation Lafiya Dole commiserate with the families of the fallen heroes. We assure you that as their blessed memories eternally rest with us, we are more resolute and decided to bring terrorism and insurgency to an end in this Northeast by the grace of Almighty God. I must also extend my sympathy to all those who have lost a relation, friend, or associate who have been affected in one way or the other by the dastardly and callous act of suicide bombing by the terrorists. I urge you not to give up, not be intimidated. We must together fight the righteous battle of destroying this evil called Boko Haram. While I appreciate members of the general public for their untiring support to our troops in the ongoing counter-terrorism and counter-insurgency war in the Northeast, I implore you to continue to support the troops. These troops are your troops. They are the Nigerian troops. They are our brothers, our sons, our husbands. By being vigilant in your homes, neighborhood, and communities, we all have a role to play to identify strange persons or activities and promptly alert the security agencies. Be assured that whatever information you pass to us will be treated discreetly. Together, we stand. Together, we must defeat our common adversary. Let me also appreciate the Chief of Defense Staff, our very gallant service chiefs, for the total support and commitment that they've shown to Operation Lafiya Dole. Wherever you're seated in your office or wherever you are right now, sir, I will say thank you very much. On behalf of my troops, I once again thank all of you for your rapt attention. Thank you. We will now take some few minutes and then question and answers. If there are clarification you want, you let me know. If there are other places you want me to shed light, you are free to do that. The floor is okay, yeah? We want to know your name and your organization.
Yeah, my name is Abdul Karim Haruna. I work for Premium Times. As I said earlier, congratulations for this wonderful achievement. May God continue to help you and the troops. So, as early this year, we received a sad news about one of the Air Force helicopters that fell down or crashed somewhere during the operation. So, and we understand that there is an investigation panel that was sent to investigate the cause of the crash. So, what really caused the helicopter to crash?
Well, thank God the Air Task Force Commander is here. I will invite him as a specialist. I will invite him to comment on that. Thereafter, we'll proceed with other questions. AVM Lugo, could you please come forward and make clarification on this?
It's a normal administrative procedure for the Air Force to conduct. Following any sad incident that involves any of our platforms, it is a tradition for the Chief of the Air Staff to institute an inquiry into any mishap to be able to uncover the cause of the incident. In this case, it was an accident. The Mi-17 helicopter was on a supply mission / casualty evacuation. It was in the first phase of Deep Punch 2, and I visited the site of the crash. It was on landing that the aircraft entered into a phenomenon called brownout. The area was not, unfortunately, due to the realities on the ground, the helicopter had to land on an unprepared surface just to give succor to our soldiers, to provide immediate help to the injured soldiers that were involved in a suicide attack by the insurgents. Unfortunately, the aircraft, we lost it, and I was there. Most of the parts of the aircraft was recovered. I was given instruction by the Chief of the Air Staff for the aircraft remains to be destroyed because of the very, very terrible terrain that do not permit evacuation of the aircraft from the crash site. I believe that that is the answer, the much I can give to this team as at this time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the opportunity, sir. My name is Patrick Mark. I report for Africa Independent Television. Now, in your briefing, sir, we saw your troops entering Camp Zairo. Your predecessors had, at an earlier similar briefing, told us that Camp Zairo was captured and that they picked some assorted materials, some of which were presented to Mr. President. Now, I'm at a loss now that we seem to be revisiting Camp Zairo again. Could the terrorists have taken the camp after it was overrun before, or what is the position, sir? Thank you.
All right. All right. On that issue, yes, the Camp Zairo has been taken by our troops on several occasions. You know, this is an asymmetric warfare. There are no boundaries. You take it today, you leave the place and move to another place, they occupy it again. They continue to run around. But this time around, I've decided that we are going to stay with them in that bush. That is just the solution to what you just said. So we are with them in the bush. We are not moving around. We are pursuing them around the bush. So we are with them there. Okay. Yes.
My name is Maimuna Garba from NTA. Sir, what is happening in multi-general area? You've not said anything pertaining that place. And secondly, sir, what are the security concerns on some of the major highways like the Bama, Maiduguri, Bama, Boza, because there is no free movement of civilians on that route?
All right. On the Maritime General Area, we are conducting operation in the Maritime General Area. Maritime is part of the Tumbus. I'm sure the Air Task Force Commander spoke to you about the WUTA 4 that's ongoing in that general axis. So we're operating on that general axis right now. The details of the operation is not out. I would have given you that, but immediately it comes out, we'll give you that. But all you know that we are making very serious progress on that axis. On the issue of the roads, for some safety reasons, because of the operations we are conducting, we ensure that some of the roads are blocked for civilian use for now. Because we also know that some people are sabotaging the effort of the military in this conduct of the operation. So I have decided to seal off some of the roads until the operation is conclusive. And then immediately we'll conclude the operations. Then the road will be open for people who don't have to escort you again. You can now go on your own. For instance, you can move from Maiduguri to Damasak through Gubio, Karito up to Damasak without anybody escorting you. You can move from here to Konduga, nobody's escorting you. You can move from here to Dikwa. If you want nobody escorting you, you can. You can move from here to some part of the northeast if you want to, without any escort. But there are certain critical areas that have influence on the operation that we're doing, that would allow people to go through those routes for their own safety until we are through with those operations. Once we are through, we open up those routes so that our people can have their normal commercial activities.
My name is Blessing Sulu. I report for Channels Television. I would like to start with the $1 million funds that the presidency is setting aside for security issues in the country. This was did not sit down well with a lot of Nigerians, and we know a large chunk of it it's supposed to come to the theater of operations here in the Northeast, and people believe that since we said that Boko Haram has already been defeated, what is the justification that part of the allocation is coming here? That's one of my questions. Secondly, I would like to know, at some point we were told that the supply routes of the Boko Haram has been blocked. Why is it that, they still have a lot of arms and ammunition in their possession? Why are they not running out of supply? Thirdly, I would like to know, how do you treat a Boko Haram fighter that surrendered and then the one that was arrested? What is the difference between these two? Thank you.
Okay, let me take it from the last question. For any surrendered Boko Haram or any rescued Boko Haram, they are given the normal preferential treatment. We give them their normal human rights treatment. We get you, we profile you, we give you medical attention, we document you, they will hand you to the necessary authority for further investigation if there is need for that. Otherwise, we take you to the IDP camp, depending on where you fall into. But for those of them that have surrendered, you saw the pictures and the clips of those that have surrendered, how they have been treated women. What we're saying and what we want the media to do is to try to reach out. There are quite a large number of them who want to surrender. We're in contact with some of them, but they are scared. So the media has a role to do by convincing them to come out. Nobody's going to kill anybody. We're not interested in killing them. They are Nigerians. So the media has a role to play by convincing those people who are in the bush to drop their arms and come out. You've seen that their leader is on the run, so what are they fighting for? So we expect the media to carry out this message and carry it too far for us. That's exactly what we want. Let it be repeated message. Pleading they should come out. Nobody wants to kill them. The suffering there is too much. On the second question on ammunition supply, well, like you said, you could see the large number of what we're able to recover from the bush, from them. It means over time, they'll be equipping themselves, either cutting away from the military, from the police and other security agencies, or getting it from different sources. But what we've done now is to block all their supply routes, and you can see that they are running out of everything. We are picking the balance of what they have in the bush. So I will assure you that those logistics won't get to them again. On the issue of the $1 million, well, I don't have much to say on that. That is a government policy. But what I'm going to say is that For instance, the Super Tucano aircraft that the federal government is trying to buy from the military, from the American, one of those aircraft costs about $40 million. An Apache helicopter, for instance, costs almost between $20 to $65 million. You can cross-check these things, they're all in the net. So talking about $1 million to the military in the Northeast, to me, is grossly inadequate. Okay, if you want to buy maybe a latest tank, you talk about between $5 to $6 million. These are all in the net. You can assess them, and then you can on your own decide if that amount is reasonable or not. That's all I can say, but that is not what we should be talking about in the Northeast. All we know that the federal government will give us our fighting materials and we deliver based on our constitutional rules.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
My name is Sadiq Awoga. I represent Blueprint Newspaper, sir. First and foremost, I would say congratulations and well done, sir. Since you came, you assumed office, the public has seen and heard, sir. However, sir, with the achievements on ground so far as you assumed office, may we know when residents or people living around Bama, Banki, Goza can fly their routes freely with the achievements on the ground, sir? Thank you, sir. Okay, like I said earlier on, that once we're able to clear the operation in the Sambisa forest, we're going to open up the road from Konduga, Bama, Bama, Banki, Bama, Goza, Lincoln, Madagali general area. That's in process. The situation, the operational situation will determine how early we can open up those roads. But I assure you that very soon we'll be able to open up those roads for commercial activities.
Sir, my name is Ibrahim Governor Shaliza, publisher Live magazine. My question is about the recently released abductees that following the negotiation, as we are told in the press, by the ICRC and with the kind permission of Mr. President. May we know whether the abductees were kept within this theater or out of the country or where?
Well, for that particular exercise, my task was to provide security for those involved. That's a federal government program. I don't have more to say on that. All I did was to provide security, and I've been able to provide the security, and I've been able to hand over those people to the necessary agency.
The theater commander, sir. My name is Timothy Olanro, for this newspaper. Sequel to some of the other questions asked is the issue of manufacturing. Some time ago, you told us the military informed the public that there were some operations there. You had an encounter with Boko Haram terrorists, and some of them were killed, and you even lost some soldiers. And in your briefing, we did not hear anything about Malafatouri area. Does it mean that the place is safe now for people to return? And then secondly, is about the leader of the sect. It's been repeatedly said that he has been arrested, he has been killed, he has been doused. So questions were asked severally since yesterday. Was the man that assumed or alleged to have escaped the first Shekau, the second or the third or the real Shekau? Thank you, sir.
Well, let me begin answering your question about the Malafatouri issue. I told you before this time, and I'm sure the Air Task Force Commander also spoke about ongoing operations in the northern fringes. For the fact that I did mention Malafatouri does not mean that we don't cover that general area. I spoke about the islands between the Lake Chad areas, and also talked about our boundary between Niger and Nigeria. So that covers that aspect. We have operations going on those places. And of course, I don't have to give you details of every operation that is ongoing. Until they are necessary to give to you, they will give to you. On the issue of the Shekau, well, all I know is that we are still looking for him, we're after him, and we're going to get him. Whoever is the Shekau, we're going to get him by the end of the day. That's all I can tell you.
Ask more questions, we have time.
Thank you, sir. My name is Haruna Dauda. I work for VOA, sir. Let me also ask on this recent purported video by Shekau that who mentioned that he was tired of this calamity, that he's ready to go, that he go back. He decided to go and rest. So how will you react to that statement, sir? Thank you.
That is a statement of somebody who has already been defeated. He has seen what he has never seen before. You know, we've romanced Shekau enough. So enough of the romance. So we want him anyhow dead or alive. If he wants to take his life, fine and good. If he wants to submit himself to the government, fine and good. So anywhere else. Yes, please.
Well, sir, my name is Junaid Jibril Maiva, reporting for Core TV. Sir, date had been set for the return of internally displaced persons back to their places of abode, but all failed previously. When actually are they going back to their localities, sir? Thank you.
Well, the issue of relocating the IDPs to their location is totally the responsibility of the state government and that of the federal government. For us, ours is to provide security wherever they are for now, and maybe in future, if they move them back to their communities, we also provide security within the general area. But moving them to their place of abode is totally the responsibility of the state government and probably the federal government, not that of Lafiya Dole for now. Ours is to provide concrete protection for them for now. Give him. That's the last question.
I just want to know, in all these achievements, what area has the state government been playing to ensure that you record some of these achievements?
Well, we have a relationship with the state government. Of course, we are operating within Borno State and other states. We must have a relationship with the state government agencies. They are supporting us to the best of their interests. They are supporting us in various ways. All right? That's what I can tell you. Whenever we want any necessary support for them, we'll let them know. But militarily, we are doing what we are supposed to do as Operation Lafiya Dole. I have a mandate which I'm working with. At this junction, let me thank the members of the press for this brief. I assure you we'll repeat it every month. Once we have the opportunity to give you this brief, we'll also provide you the details information you want as regards our ongoing operations across the theater. I want on behalf of my officers, soldiers, particularly those of them in Sambisa Forest, and those of them in the north, in the Tumbus, the airmen, the seamen, my very officers, as you can see here, members of the other security agencies who are present at the Commissioner of Police, the Director of SSS, the Director of Civil Defense, among others, Customs, and every other person. Thank you all for gracing this occasion. Of course, I also need to especially thank the representative of the Governor, Alhaji Kaka, who is the Honorable Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General of the State. Thank you very much, and God bless all of you.
That was indeed an extensive press briefing by the theater commander, Operation Lafiya Dole, Major General Rogers Nicholas, on the series of successes recorded so far in the ongoing robust offensive against the remnants of Boko Haram insurgents. It is apparent that remarkable achievements have been recorded in winning the war against terrorism, owing to the earlier presentation of Major General Rogers Nicholas via the PowerPoint medium. The theater commander has also reaffirmed commitment of the military in flushing out the remaining members of the sectarian group in no distant time. We have, however, come to the end of the press briefing, which was transmitted live from the Military Command and Control Center, Maiduguri. On behalf of the outside broadcast crew, I am Abubakar Mohammed Musa, inviting you to stay with us for other programs on the Nigerian Television Authority, the largest television network in Africa. Good afternoon to you all.